Welcome to Talking About. My name is Jon Griffith, and I have a very, very special guest who's invited me to his place.
Carrot Top is here.
And welcome.
Oh my God, thank you. Welcome to my home too, everybody. This is all you're going to see.
Okay, well...
You can, actually, if you want to take them on a tour, you can. It's sort of a mess right now. The cleaning people don't come till Friday.
Oh, I don't have cleaning people.
You don't?
No.
I have two boys. Their names are Nacho and Nacho. Actually, it's David and Juan, but I like to call him Nacho because in honor of my favorite straight porno star, Nacho Vidal. Because the first time they came, it was so hot here, they took their shirts off. I was like, I'm not paying you extra, you know?
Yeah.
And they're great because they whip through the house in like 2.5 hours. They even clean up above, all the exposed piping because this is a loft. They clean up on step ladders. I'm like, what are you doing up there? If you fall, I don't have extra insurance. Yeah.
But considering they're not here for the week, it's
dusty.
It's clean enough.
It's dusty. Some queen out there is like, girl. Yeah, you know one of you is.
Okay, so you're pretty inescapable these days. You're everywhere.
I hate turning on the TV. It's sick. I go, oh God, it's me again. It's been fun. I started in 1994 very struggling, and I got all opinions from people who were unsolicited. You're never going to make it. You're too gay. You're so flamboyant. Just forget it. So I started believing those lies. When I first started, I was like a straight comedian. I was on stage talking about Marcy, this girl I was dating.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what the audience said. Okay, and they wouldn't laugh. And I was bombing every night. One night, Don Rickles comes into the Improv, and I'm on stage. I get off stage after another stink. I mean, there was more bombing going on that stage than in all of Iraq.
Oh, geez.
Okay? Yeah, bad. I get off the stage, and Don Rickles is like, what was that? I'm like, Mr. Rickles, hi, I love you. I go, that was me trying to be funny. He goes, you're a fagula. I go, yeah, I am. He said, the audience knows everything there is to know about you in 3 seconds. They put you in a box. Why are you fighting the box? They're not going to let you out of it. So jump into it and swim. And that's what I did. The next time I got on stage, I talked about Mark. Laughs. Because I was being genuine, I was being honest, and I believed it. You know what I mean?
And so did the audience.
And so did the audience. And I was in their box, I was in their comfort zone, and then the rest sort of took off from there. Then I became a little extra gay. Then my friend Alonzo Bowden, a comedian, goes, Ant has levels of gay. Right now he's about at a 3 normally and resting. But when he has to go to an audition and the calls for a flamboyant guy, I zoom it up to like a 9 or a 10. Like fire falls out of my ass and Richard Simmons drops out. Yeah.
But I mean, that says a lot just about being comfortable with yourself. And
you know what I tell I get a lot of letters from young gay and lesbian teens and even preteens now are writing me with this internet stuff, and they all say the same thing. They go, why you're so different and so special, and so you got out, and I live in this small town, and they beat me up, and I'm afraid, and I write back, and I write back to all of the ones that write me like that, because usually it's the form letter that somebody sends out, but when they're that honest, I write them back, and I just say, you know what, people can't hurt you if there's no secrets. The only way you could be hurt is if you have a secret that someone finds out about, because you will do anything to protect that secret. But if it's not a secret, they can't hurt you. You can call me fag, and I'll go, is that the best you can do? You think my entire life I've never heard that? You're the first one? That's not fighting words for me, because I'm at peace with all of that. You want to know fighting words? You say Madonna can't sing. I will kick now you've angered me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So nobody can hurt you if you are always honest and you tell the truth. There's power in the truth. And do you have a lot of gay viewers? Because I got something to tell them, too.
3 or 4.
3 or 4? Well, this is in Manhattan, you said, right? They're on the island. Be anything you want to be. Don't listen to those lies that people have told you. Take the lies, make them untrue, and then believe your own truth. If you want to be an astronaut and you're gay, be an astronaut. If you want to be a world-class swimmer because you think you are the best swimmer in the world, but don't let that, I'm gay and somebody might find out and I can't. Screw that. This is your world, too. Bask in it.
Yeah, I can't do anything more than agree with that.
Yeah.
150%.
Oh, people say gays want to rule the world, want special rights. We don't want to rule the world. We just want to be in the world. How's that? Give us that. Then let us worry about ruling it from my balcony later. Yeah.
So, well, it'll be a hell of a party.
It'll be a fun one. The flowers.
Yes. So just in the journey from here to there, or there to here, so
You're like the gay James Lipton. I just realized it. Hilarious. Okay, go ahead.
So starting out in the clubs.
I started out in the clubs. When I moved to California, I went to the Revolver, which used to be a bar on Santa Monica Boulevard. It's now the East West Lounge, but it used to be this great bar called the Revolver. And there was a manager there who was very, very forward-thinking. And he had a lot of interesting theme nights. And that bar was jammed every night of the week, except Wednesday nights. There was nothing going on there. So I said, Derek, his name was Derek Henry. Fabulous man. I think he lives in New York now. I hope he sees this. Hi, Derek, if you are. So forward-thinking and so creative. And I said, I'd love to do a show here. I tell jokes. He goes, what's your name? I go, Ant. He goes, that's entertainment. I like it. I like it. It's got my name in it, right? We do a show called That's Entertainment. We start packing Wednesday nights. People are coming. Because I'm putting comedians up. We're running funny clips. We have little games, giveaways, you know, blah, blah, blah. It becomes like this thing. And people start flocking to it. Now I'm beginning to like build. Now I know what it's like to build a fan base. People will gravitate to you if they like what you do. No matter what it is. If you are a basket weaver and you make great baskets, people will find you. You know that from listening to New York City. There's a place in New York City that does nothing but sell granola. And you make your own granola based on the, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's all they sell. I would drive by it and go, how is that place going to make any money? I eat granola, it's so fatty, once a month maybe, right? Packed, lines around the block. Because if you make a good, whatever it is, if you do it great, they're going to find you. So I started building a fan base, and I would do, then the improv. I started doing work at the improv, and then, you know, the next thing you know, I had a television network coming after me saying, we want to give you a deal to develop you into a sitcom. Which turned into be the worst sitcom ever written on the planet. It went to pilot and then never got picked up. It's called How High.
Okay.
And how high were they for writing it? So, and I won't tell you what network because I just said that out loud. And then from there, the creator of Married with Children, Ron Levitt, saw me and said, I'm doing this little show for the WB network, which is no longer around. It's now the CW.
Right.
He goes, to launch the network, the channel. It's going to be the first thing that airs for this newly created network, this fourth network. And that show was called Unhappily Ever After. So I did that show for 4.5 seasons. Then from there I went to, I did a show called To Tell the Truth, which was an old-time game show that they've revived. Right. That John O'Hurley, who played, what's-his-face from Seinfeld, was the host. Brad Sherwood, myself, Jack Kay, and Meshack Taylor were the stars. Okay. You know, we had to, whatever. And you could always tell when they added me to the cast, because they went from like, you know, who sells the most used cars in North America, right? Those were the old, you know, To Tell the Truth. I come on, one of these men is not really a man. Isn't that hilarious? It's like all of a sudden the trannies and the, you know, all that stuff were appearing on the show, and I thought, whatever it takes to get us on TV, fine, I'm fine with it. And I would not know, like I didn't want to say I threw a game show, but I would have like, okay, it's that one. But I would be sort of wrong. Because, you know, they won money. If you were wrong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, money's good.
Money's good. And then from To Tell the Truth, I developed a very bad heroin, meth, and alcohol problem. And I went into rehab, a couple of them, because the first couple didn't take. I wasn't ready. You're not ready until you're ready.
Yeah.
Then I finally got sober, and I was 30 days out of rehab when Last Comic Standing began on NBC, the auditioning process. And I got a call from an executive, and they said, are you going to audition for Last Comic Standing? We think you're funny. And I said, I'm still shaking from, you know, rehab, and I'm trying to get my sea legs back because, you know, you're sort of sequestered.
I've done a lot of shows on recovery
on
issues,
recovery.
so.
Okay. So I, you know, and the rehab I was at in Minnesota, you don't leave. There's no, you could, but for special cases, you don't leave. They ask you to, you're not chained, or, you know, you're not breaking your constitutional rights, but you don't leave. And I didn't, and I was there for like 6 months, so I hadn't been in the outside world. Okay. So then I come back to California, you know, and all the stimulus that's here, then I get asked to do the show, and I audition for them. And I get a call back to go to the nighttime round. I advance again. I get to the semifinals. And then I get all the way to the finals in Vegas, and I don't make it into the house first season. But I was still on such a high from doing that well that it didn't matter. Right. What mattered was I showed up, I tried, I got as far as I could, and I did the best I could.
Exactly.
And I was all right with that because I did the best job that I could at the time. So I was fine, you know. And then the show made me like the red herring when it aired. Everybody thought I was a shoo-in. I was like the beloved, right? Then I don't get picked. And you could hear like an audible gasp, and it's like this, whatever. So the next season, they call again. I go, okay, I got this. I can't go like that and be heartbroken at the end. I go, thank you, but enjoy your show, and I hope it works out. They were persistent. Luckily. Sometimes God has a way of like hitting you on the head with an anvil. You know what I mean?
Yes.
They were my anvil. You know? So I do the show. I go all the way. I get into the house that year. And I'm very, very, I was quite a notable character, you could say, because I like to gossip, and I like to, in my house growing up, my mother used to call me the instigator, because I would just drop little tiny bombs, and then I would go away, and I would watch them blow up, and I would just sit from afar and enjoy them and take notes. So I did that in the house. I instigated. I'd whisper. My whisper campaigns were famous. You know, I'd be like, oh, you should have heard what Kathleen said about you. It's not very good. All right, never mind. Forget I said it. Forget I said it. Don't say anything. Well, immediately that starts the whole...
Yeah, gets the ball rolling.
Right. And then I would go to Kathleen. Oh, Jay London was just talking smack about you. I'm not supposed to say anything. And I would walk away, and I would never repeat. And she'd be like, what? She heard it. Then it would start. Then I would sit back and watch the cat fight. And then from there we did season 3, which was the battle of season 1 versus season 2. Now, I had a kinship with season 1 also, because that was the season I got close to everybody, but I didn't get in. Mm-hmm. But season 2 was my season. So it was kind of that bittersweet, but it was, we went on to win. Then season 4, I had a small little, a one-off role on it. Season 5, I was a judge. And season 6 is airing right now, and I do the satellite component of the show, which is the recaps, my rants on the show. So I've been with that show for years. Now, in between seasons 3 and 4, which is why for season 4 I was just in a small role, is VH1 called me and said, we're doing this show, a weight loss show, with celebrities. Mm-hmm. And I started to cry. I said, oh my God, you think I'm fat? I said, no, we want you to host it. I went, oh, okay, good. So then I said, at first I said, no, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to host the weight loss show. I thought, why do I want to host a weight loss show? I'm not, I have nothing to do, but well, they had done their research at VH1. In my late teens and early 20s, I was heavier, a lot heavier. I was about 226 pounds. Okay. At 5'11".
Yeah. Well, my high school weight was probably about 30 pounds heavier than I am now.
Oh yeah. I think everybody is in high school. It's stressful. Yeah. I wasn't in high school in my 20s. Yeah, I was. No, I wasn't. And they did their homework, and I was a little bit overweight. And they were like, you've had weight issues. We know you have. And I said, yes. They said, we want somebody who can empathize what's going on with them, but who can also be stern and can also sort of, keep the show moving at a clip that we want. And I said, I can do that. So I did it. And it was a runaway hit. It was a runaway hit for the channel. Even when I was shocked, I was like, wait, what? People watched it? I mean, of course they watched it. We're all doing, who knew America?
Right.
And then from there, that spawned The Biggest Loser and, blah, blah, blah. So now we're entering our 7th season of Celebrity Fit Club. Viacom comes to me again, and they go, you're gay still, right? That's not changed. I said, yeah. We want you to do a show for Logo, our new gay and lesbian themed channel. And I said, wow, a gay and lesbian themed channel. And I got emotional about it, because I can't believe we have a channel now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes. That's 2.
We have 2 here TV, but you got to pay for that one.
You got to pay for that one. So we got one.
You got to pay for that one. I wish I had $9.95 a month.
New York is $5.
It's only $5?
Yeah.
But then I don't have the $10,000 a month rent.
Oh, well.
See, I can't move to New York for the save $5 to spend $10,000 in rent. But I got very emotional because everything goes back to my childhood, which was, you're a fag, you're dirty, you're filthy, you're nothing, you will amount to 0. And now we've got 2 television channels, right? The Christians only have 4, so we're just a half a clip behind them, but we're catching up. And I said I would love to. And they said, what show do you want to do? And I remember when I was doing stand-up, going around to these small towns, like when you're struggling, you take any gig you can get, the $200 one-nighter at a VFW lodge for the local, gay and lesbian center, which is, only operates on Mondays because that's all they can, right? But you do them. And that struck me as so powerful, the small towns and the amount of pride in the community that we have even there, that I said I'd love to do a show that focuses on the small places of America that people are forgotten about, that we don't really consider. We consider the coasts, and that's it. Well, there's more to our community than the coasts.
Right.
So we did. I would throw a dart at a map of America, and wherever it landed, I went to go find gays in that town. So the first stop was Bozeman, Montana, which told me two things. One, I've got a lazy eye because I was aiming for Hawaii. And two, I have a bad sense of aim because I was aiming for Hawaii. Beautiful in Bozeman. Great community, great people. It really revived my faith in our community because I never really thought we had a community. I just thought it was a word we threw around to look correct.
Yeah, I mean, just from a perspective of somebody who lives in a city on the opposite end of the country from you, it's there are various little pockets, but even when there are so many people supposedly around, they're apart.
Yeah,
Which
there are.
Yeah.
Like in New York too, like the bars are like here, they're separated. Women have their bars and men have their bars. In the Midwest, in the rest of America, there's a bar. And the women and the men actually commingle. And guess what?
Right.
They talk to each other. I walked into the very first one, the Yacht Club, which is a bar in Alabama. Yeah, Alabama. I was like, oh, look at all the women in here. There's that many straight fag hags? They're like, no, those are lesbians. I was like, get out. They're in the same bar? It's like you're almost shocked by it. And then you realize, this is how it's supposed to be. We separate. I don't know why.
I don't know. I mean, a few years back, I had been to this place in little Podunk, Kentucky.
Right.
And it was just that one little bar, mixed, good people, friendly people. Yeah. Nothing too fancy going on the stage.
Right.
Good jukebox.
Right.
Of course, one person puts the dollar in and plays the same song over and over all night.
Over and over and over, because they're depressed. And it's usually the sad one. You're like, I can't dance to Don't Cry Out Loud.
But just, that just showed me a completely different perspective.
Yeah, I like it better that way.
Yeah.
I like it better when we're mixed and we're sort of a community because, well, two things. One, you get to know the women's community and you don't realize how organized and how strong they are.
Yes.
They're really, really a powerful, I mean, if we joined really seriously in this whole country, if we sort of really allied together, we could get so much more accomplished with just our own community and building, our senior centers that we're building now, which I'm so happy to see, senior, retirement centers, and taking care of our own, because we don't really do that right now. Unlike the other communities you see.
Right.
When you look at the Latino community, they take care of their own. The Chinese community, whatever, black community, they take care of their own. We sort of are too fragmented still for that, and I think we're sort of need to have a little more.
Right. Well, there's the family you're born into and the family you make, and a lot of the community is part of the family you make.
Right. My friends are my best. Yeah. My ICE on my phone, my in case of emergency number 1 is a friend. Number 2 is my mom. So yeah, that says a lot. But they're in Europe half the year, so who's going to call long distance? Your son's dead. Nobody. Well, wait. I mean, before 7 o'clock, you know how much these anytime minutes are? Crazy. Yeah. And the second reason why I like that, the lesbians in the bar, because around 2 a.m. you get dyke drama. It's like, who needs to go home and watch Dynasty? Watch these two lesbians roll around and fight. Is that a wig? Fun.
Just getting back to some of the more community-based programs, are there any nonprofits that are close to your heart, or
yes,
community
a couple
services?
of them. First is the Point Foundation, which gives scholarships to gay and lesbian poets, writers, artists who wouldn't otherwise afford to be able to go to college, which is just a great, and I always find it, I love the work that they do. But as the comedian, I always look for the humorous side and anything. I'm like, well, how is this kid going to prove they gay? Like, couldn't a straight guy really seriously just fill out the application and go, I'm gay, let me have $3,000? Right? It's not like we go, get down and do that
Show
to him.
me.
Right, yeah. Here you go. Have at it for 10 minutes. Okay, you gay. Here's money. Do you know what I'm saying? How do they prove it?
It's a good question.
Right. Now, I was at a bar called The Eagle in New York City, and they have a gay Lost and Found. Right. Now, I've been to the Lost and Found at, like, Walmart.
Right.
I had to go check out the gay Lost and Found at The Eagle. Yeah. Not like the one at Walmart. I'll tell you that. Walmart, there's keys, sunglasses, lotion, suntan lotion, stuff like that.
I can only imagine.
Oh my God, I was like,
items.
I didn't even know what that was. The guy was like, well, let me show you what it does. Don't show me what it does. I have a good idea. Hilarious. Hilarious. I like the HRC. I do a lot of work for HRC, Human Rights Campaign Fund. And right now is an important time for them because it's an election year.
Right.
Well, all the time is an important time because there's elections happen throughout the year, every year anyway, small from a local level all the way to the national level. And right now here in California, we have Prop 8, which is the proposition that's going to go before the voters to sort of reverse what our Supreme Court did, which was make gay marriage legal here.
Right.
So HRC is working to fight that proposition and to get our sort of ducks in a row and to organize us. So I was just down in Laguna doing a big garden party at a mansion in Laguna, these two gay men. Oh, God, that's why I want gay marriage, gay divorce, right behind, girls. Right? I'm going to Anna Nicole Smith it, except without the dying part.
Yeah, dying bad.
No, she died, she died like a star, but I just don't want to die yet.
Yeah, no, you've got more to do.
Yeah, I got more to do. And then the Gay and Lesbian Center, Aid for AIDS, which is a good one because they provide direct financial assistance to people who can't pay their bills, as opposed to saying, here's a pamphlet.
Right.
They actually take your bills and pay them.
Right. I mean, there are so many things out there that people just take for granted, and yeah, something's not in the news every day, so they don't think it exists anymore. And
well, that's what's happening with our gay youth right now. They think that AIDS is curable. They did a study in Newsweek, I think, and I was on an airplane and I was reading the study and I went, like 22% of our young gay community think that AIDS is curable. So they're out there acting recklessly because they think
they can take two
pills a day and that'll be that. No. Trust me. I mean, after today, I'm going to go to a hospital and visit somebody who is not doing well. And he wasn't of that mind that he thought it was curable, but I just see the ravages it does to the body. And it's, it's not curable.
Right.
You've got to protect yourself and you're important. You're important. You have to treat yourself like you're important.
Yeah.
And I think hand in hand with that is that meth problem we have in the community is so bad. And I think we're turning a blind eye to it. We're being too tolerant of it. If you're a club promoter, it is your responsibility to stop that stuff. All right? Stop thinking about the extra $10 that you're going to get in your pocket by letting the dealer in. Don't let the dealer in. You're killing people. Stop it.
Yeah. I pretty much don't go clubbing. Maybe once every other month I'm out, and I'm really glad that I pulled myself out of the scene before that
got bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's very addictive, number one. And number two, it's just so destructive because it lowers your ability to make rational decisions. You're high, you're feeling all sexed up, and you want it bad. No condom? All right, do it anyway. No. Don't do the drug, and you'll never be in that position. You can still be in that position without doing the drug and make a smart decision.
Right.
No one's going to take it away from you. Right. You're going to get it in the end, no pun intended, all right? Make the smart decision.
Right.
Because then you'll have two problems. You'll be addicted to meth, and you may have a bug.
Yeah, if you can't look at it as your own health, think of the $10,000 or $15,000 a year in meds that you're going to have to pay for.
Right, or the system will have to pay for if you can't afford it now.
Right.
So yeah, it's the human cost. That's what's most upsetting to me is I see these young kids going into these clubs. It's the hot club right over here, okay, brand new. It's right near where the old Mayan used to be. First Saturday of every month. This whole street teeming with young gay. That's why I live out here. Why do I have to go out? I just wait till 2 a.m. and I walk outside my front door. I live right here. No waiting. And I see them, and they're tweaked out of their mind. Right. And I see the promoter because the promoter lives in this building. And I've said to him, it's your responsibility to help protect our community. You are one of the guardians. All of us are guardians. Protect our community. Don't let parasites in for $5. Don't do that.
Right.
You will make more money in the end because you'll have customers alive to come to your club than an extra $5 today. That's the law of the world. If you do good things, you will reap abundance. If you do bad things, whether you are doing them intentionally or not, you will reap bad things. That's the law of attraction. You attract what you get, what you seek, and what you put out there.
So
you didn't expect this interview to go this way, did you?
Not at all. Actually, that was just going through my head. So, well, what's next for you?
I have started lecturing. Not like, But going to schools and organizations and groups and talking about self-empowerment and about perception and about, I'm all about you have infinite power and infinite potential. You do. No matter what. You could be on your deathbed right now, and I believe that you are where you want to be. So if you are where you want to be and you're on your deathbed right now, you can, with the power of your thoughts and your intentions, use that same power that got you there to get you out and put you anywhere you want to be. Whatever it is, no matter what station of life you're at. I was born into a poor family, immigrants, illegally came to the United States, and I own property. Not that that makes me successful, but I'm financially secure. But more than financially secure, I'm secure inside. I love me. I want you to love you, and that's what I want to do now. I want to go out and spread the message of, here's how you do it, and this is all you have to do. You just wake up in the morning and you just tell the universe what you want, desire it, speak it into existence, then act as if it's happening.
Right.
That's it. Vision it that it's happening. If you want a Corvette, vision yourself. When you're going to your car downstairs, if it's a Nissan Sentra, who cares? You're going down to get into a Corvette, and when you get there, there's a beautiful cherry red Corvette. You believe it. I guarantee you, within 2 months, you'll have a red Corvette or whatever it was that you want. I guarantee it. If you do it every day, swear. Here's proof. In the Bible, it says, because this is about speaking it into existence, it starts off with, first there was the Word, and then God said, let there be light. Pretty powerful, I think.
Yes.
You're looking at me like, okay. But there are the 3 people that believe what I said will do it, they'll write you a letter, I promise.
Didn't expect Bible quotes today.
Well, you know what? It's not. I believe the Bible's a book, but I mean, so is, The Catcher in the Rye. I mean, they're books, and you take what you want,
right? And
you take your truth from things. So if what I've said strikes your truth, you'll take it, and if it doesn't, you're still on your journey.
Okay, and where can people find out more about you?
But you can go to nbc.com/ant. Are you going to Chiron this? You will?
Of course.
So look right there, and that's where you can find me.
Look right there?
Yeah, isn't that where the Chiron's going to be?
Yeah.
Underneath me, right?
Yeah.
You have a budget, right? There's going to be a Chiron?
Yeah.
Or am I going to be holding up a paper sign right now? Antcomic.com. Yeah, you can go to nbc.com/ant.
That's
the nearest thing. A lot more traffic, and it's my daily blog, and you'll love it. It's called the Ant Colony.
Anyway, I do want to thank you again for sitting with me.
This was really a pleasure. Really, seriously. It was so nice.
Had a great half hour. Hope you enjoyed it. My name is Jon Griffith with Ant.
Hi.
Antcomic.com, nbc.com/ant. Okay. And we will see you next time. And check out the website, www.talkingabout.info. This show is going to be archived there. Got, right now, about 100 shows archived on there.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
So just rebuilt.
Who are some of your other guests besides Santa and the dwarf?
Check out the site and you'll find
Oh my God, okay, mystery now. I'll go.
Okay. Thanks again. Have a great day.